Hello dear Jazz, welcome back to a new video, excuse me. We are on the 21st, I think. It was Father's Day yesterday, whatever day that makes it. Today is the day after. I hope you're well. I currently have the house to myself, so I thought I would check in. I did do a minor video, but I just haven't uploaded it yet. So I will try and get this one up as soon as possible for you. Just a bit of a life update, really. I've started work again. We have been open for a grand total of 6 days now. Today is our 7th day. So last Monday, we kind of got the call saying, guys, we're gonna open for takeaway only, but we need to clean the restaurant, we need to start doing orders and everything like that to kind of get back up and running for Tuesday. So I went in on the Monday, did the cleaning. It's kind of a half day, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we've been open, and we, touch wood, we've done really well in terms of sales, better than what was predicted. But I do think a large amount of that could have been down to the fact maybe it was Father's Day, maybe people were, you know, seeing their fathers and stuff in gardens, who knows. But it was really good. So I just really hope that we have a good week this week as well. Like, it'd be really nice to just keep going and be successful. Unfortunately, of a company of about 900, I don't know who's calling me, I'm not going to answer, of a company that's about like 900-ish people, it's said to be known that redundancies are going to be happening across the board, and not just like the lower staff. It'll be, you know, from head office bosses gradually going down to, you know, the waiters and the kitchen staff and things like that. And our area manager kind of said, you know, there could be as many as 200 people's jobs at risk, which is a lot. Like, that's over 20%, which is scary. But, you know, times are really tough, and especially for hospitality. Like, I want it to get better, I really do, but it's so hard to kind of see the tunnel at the moment. So thankfully my job at the moment is safe, and I'm so grateful for it. Like, I can't complain about work anymore, because there are so many people who would rather be at work or, you know, no longer have a job. So I'm no longer going to be complaining. I'm just going to get on with it and, you know, be grateful for what I've got. On that kind of note, I guess, Boris is set to do a review of the kind of 4-week review lockdown situation this week, actually, I think Thursday. And it was originally kind of said maybe he's going to review the 2 metre to 1 metre distancing. He was going to kind of set out the guidelines for hospitality industry or pubs. And there was also the talk about whether, like, our bubbles would increase. So at the moment we can see one household as long as they live by themselves. So obviously I live with mum and dad, so we are mingling with Nan. She's not critical, like, in the critical group, so it's safe for us to go and see her, but we're not allowed to mix with anybody else. She's not allowed to see anybody else. So it'd be really, really nice if they could loosen that a little bit more, because, you know, I'm only going along with that because it's mum's mum. Like, she wants to go and see her, she used to go and see her, so that's fine. But it'd just be so nice to go and see my friends, or like not have to stand 2 meters away from people at work, or, you know, I'm missing normality. I left mum and dad. I had to go to Sainsbury's today, and I must say that the supermarkets have gone back to normal quite quickly, I think. Like, their stock is back and it feels normal now going into supermarkets. Even though you have to queue, the queue for the one that's near me goes quite quickly, and I know that there are certain branches or certain supermarkets that do tend to have more horrific queues. But I think as long as you go to the right one, or you get lucky, you can be in and out within like your usual time. But then at the same day, I had to queue the other day for 40 minutes for 3 items that we needed to get from work. So that was annoying. But in terms of the other shops, they are now open, like the non-essential stuff. I've not yet been into any of them, partly because I don't need anything. So I'm trying to steer clear or order online, like just to avoid it. Mum and Dad have gone to the EE shop today because their phone contracts expired. So they really want to get an upgrade, but it wasn't the type of thing they wanted to do online. So they've gone in, and as I kind of left them, I saw the E woman in the shop. She had the visor, she had the mask, she had everything. And it would, again, just be so nice to get back to normal where you don't have to do that. On public transport, you have to wear a mask, which, you know, that's not... I don't think that's a bad thing, because it's a bit different. In a shop, if you see a person, you can choose not to go down that aisle. You could choose to walk around them. You could choose to, you know, if the shop's really busy, say, right, I'll do this one instead and I'll come back to it. If you really need this bus, or you're trying to get somewhere in a certain amount of time, you'd just get on it, wouldn't you? So it makes sense that it's more crowded. You can't really fit that many people on in a big space, although they are saying that some of the buses you can only fit 10 people on now. So how on earth the drivers are keeping track of how many people are getting in and out of the buses, especially when you still don't have to pay on all of them, which I find strange, because the government have they've kindly given quite a lot of money to all these different industries and stuff, and again, I appreciate it. I was on furlough, but you'd think the minute they introduced masks on public transport, you think they'd have got every bus to start charging again, because they are now losing so much money because people are just still thinking, right, okay, fine, it's still free, but I have to wear a mask, so I'm going to get on it because it's still free. The minute you say to people you have to pay and you have to wear a mask, that might decrease people and it might put people off. So I think they definitely need to take that step on getting public transport back up to, you know, you have to pay. It's not just going to be free forever. And if you have to wear masks, then, you know, increase the capacity again. So yeah, it's slowly starting to come back, but little bit like that at the moment. Yesterday events was Father's Day. Friday, I think, is Nan's birthday. So again, because she's in our bubble, Mum and Dad are going to pick her up in the car and bring her back here so that she can have a change of scenery, because it'll be the first time she's left her house since January, I think. She last came around to us on New Year's Day. Normally she'd have been around for Easter, but at that period she wasn't allowed. So I think this will be her first trip out since January, and I don't think she's even been to the doctors in that time. And normally she is one who likes going to the doctors, likes going to the hospital and things like that. Even if there's nothing really wrong with her, she thinks there is. So that'll be really weird to see how she kind of reacts in a place that's not her own home. And then that takes us on to nearing July. So obviously 4th of July was when the government did the whole restaurants can reopen and things like that. Whether or not we will, I'm not entirely sure. I think they want to kind of push the delivery at the moment if they can, because what they don't want to do is put up all this PPE and everything else, and then a week later the government say, right, you can now all go back to normal. We don't know how long the PPE needs to be up. We don't know how strict we need to be in terms of like the 1 meter, 2 meter and stuff like that. We don't want to put a load of stuff down at 2 meters and then them say you can make it 1. Like, we need more guidance, definitely. That is kind of what's happening. I need to email our cake lady soon. So I paid this kind of girl who I know to make Mum's 60th birthday cake, which is in July. So she's still got a lot of time, but I'd already paid for it. So it was kind of hold the deposit, but I just paid her for everything because then, you know, it's paid. So I need to make sure she can still do it. Hopefully by July, like, I can go pick it up from her and I can go and talk to her and stuff. But if I can't, I'm just going to say, please can you leave it in a box and, you know, put it on your doorstep or something, and then I'll come and collect it once your door's shut. I trust, you know, that if she was ill or anything like that, she would say she can't do it, but touch wood, I'm hoping she can. I've seen plenty of other cakes that she's been making for people kind of going out on her Instagram, so fingers crossed that can happen. And I've also spoken to my bosses about having Mum's birthday off. So her actual birthday falls on a Saturday, and we've got plans that day to go to a restaurant, not my restaurant, a different restaurant, which who knows if they'll be open or not. But even if they're not, we were going to do like a takeaway here, but I still need the day off. And then the Tuesday, we were going to go to Highclere Castle, which is the Downton Abbey set, but it's like it's a real life castle, but that's the set they used for the programme. She really liked the programme. She really wants to go and see the castle, so we had that booked in, and it is still booked in. And the company kind of emailed Hayley saying, yeah, you can still come, like, this is our new policy. And as it happens, I don't think they've said anything about you need to, you know, wear a mask or the rest of it, but we do have to get there. So it will be masked up a bit. Hopefully when we get there it won't be, so that we can take photos and stuff. And what we really need is for them to do the whole bubble allowance, so that we can include Hayley and John, obviously, at a little bit closer distance than just 2 meters. So that is the kind of plan for the next month. At work at the moment it is just me and my boss. Nobody else has been on furlough yet, because if they were to be, there is not enough hours for everybody. So by doing this, it means we're in every day, but we are getting our hours. If not, we're getting slightly more than what we were on furlough. So that's just kind of how it is for now. There really isn't that much else to report. I'm waiting on a couple of postal items to come, and I am trying to persuade Mum that I don't know if you'll be able to see it. No, it's just a white blank out in the garden. Nope, you still can't see it. Never mind. Out there, basically, is a garage which has a car in it, but we don't really use the car. So I've asked Mum, or started hinting at her, saying that I would really, really like to make that my workshop for this project that I've told you about. Because the issue I've got is my room, there is no space in my room. And the dining room, which she did originally say I could have, has the really big table in it. Now, yes, I could use the table, but if we need to eat on it, or if Nan comes over, like, there's just not enough space in there for storage. So I was like, if I can use the garage, that gets it out of the house completely. It won't look dirty or untidy or anything like that. I'll have everything all in one place. And then as a potential, you know, if we ever sold the property, which she has talked about, to be fair, that would be a really good asset to say, you know, it could be a garage, or it could be a workshop, come gym, come office, come all the rest of it. How many people these days actually drive? Not that many. So, you know, that's what I'm trying to work on. So ideally by July, maybe just after her birthday, I would love to have a kind of a setting date, because the biggest part of that is going to be getting electricity. Because there's 4 windows, but they are tiny, so it's really quite dark in there. And it will need a good painting and all the rest of it. And then once I've finally convinced her that that needs to happen, I then need to tell her I'm not doing the project alone, which obviously, you know, I've got a partner who's, you know, in this with me all the way, but I'm just not sure how she's going to take the news, given who it is. So, you know, baby steps, baby steps. We need to have the 60th birthday celebration first, so not to ruin anything. And then I will break the bombshell. So that is my life up to date in a nutshell. I'm not due on today till this evening. So I'm just gonna watch a little bit Disney Plus. I know the new Maleficent film is on there, so I think I'm gonna give that a watch today. I'm desperately trying to go through all the kind of short films and stuff like that I've never seen, to then watch them, so that I can just be like, yeah, seen it, loved it, and kind of build up that, yes, knowledge, I guess, of all the early stuff. I'm going to Love You and Leave You now. I don't know where they are. They've been absolutely ages. I left them at maybe 9:30, and it's now nearly 11:25. They've been in there 2 hours. So I hope they're going to be home soon, because I can imagine they're going to be full of rage if it has or hasn't worked. So let me know how you and Sam are getting on. I hope you're both well. I know it's kind of the summer break for you now because you finished uni. But I also know you were going to be working on the farm. So give me a ring, bell, whatever you want to call it. And I will speak to you soon. Bye!